cardboard at the top of the line on the cutting board. Or you can just measure down 2 inches from the top. I'm going to use an X-Acto knife for this project just to make it easier and more clean cut. But you're welcome to use scissors as well if that's what you have available to you. If you have scissors, I suggest taking a pencil or pen and drawing a line with a ruler and then cutting your cardboard. Then I'm going to turn it over, place the corner in the corner of the square on the cutting board so that the top folded side runs along one line and the other side runs along another line. I'm going to take another 2 inches and I'm going to cut it again. Now I'm going to do the last cut. The last cut you want to do is to make it a perfect square. So check both sides. For instance, this side down here is not quite right. I didn't make sure it was long enough. That's okay, no big deal. It's okay if it's a little shorter than 2 inches, but you just want to have it a general size. So I'm going to make it as long as I possibly can, keeping it straight. Take my ruler, and I'm going to cut another straight line along the bottom. I'm going to cut a design. You can cut any design you want. I'm going to cut another zebra design. So for the zebra, I made two kind of circles, and you can draw this and cut it with scissors. I made 2 circles for the cheeks. And I did make a little line coming down just so that you're not cutting away anything from the folded edge. And then I connected those 2 with more of a swooping circle that kind of flattened out towards the bottom for the zebra's snout. And again, you can make any shape you want. You can make an animal, you can make a monster, you could just make a zigzag and decorate it with whatever random colors you would like. I just chose to do the zebra because I have one in front of me, and I also have that tape right in front of me as well. I'm cutting it just the second time, pushing a little bit harder the second time to make sure that I've cut all the way through the cardboard. You don't want to go too quickly because you don't want to mess up your cut. Okay, so there we have it. The zebra's face again. He's a chunky circus zebra. Anyways, the next step that you'll want to do is pick a background color. For this zebra, I'm going to pick blue. The last one I picked black. I'm going to pick blue for this one. So, taking the blue tape, I like to take a little piece off the edge here, and what I do with that is I just make sure it's the 2 inches, stick it on the bottom, and then fold it over. You don't have to do that, it's not necessary. So you take your tape, you run the straight edge along the inside of the back where you are going to have the background. Go ahead and set it down, and then you just fold it over, just like that. If you have any excess, you can trim that off. There's a little bit on this, so I'm going to go ahead and slice that up. Just try to keep it as neat and clean as possible. If you see something that you need to change, go ahead and change it. Okay, the next step is to pick your foreground color, which is the front color. I'm going to do zebra, since this is for zebra. You're going to need about 4 inches. I would cut it just a little bit longer, just to make sure you're not cutting yourself short. 5 inches will definitely be enough. You're going to take your zebra print, and you're going to place it at the top of the foreground, or in other words, the zebra's face. You're just going to cover it up with that zebra. See? You covered it up. Now, before you do anything else, you're going to cut the back sticky part off of this, because you can't cut it after you fold it. So, take your X-Acto knife or your scissors if that's what you have. That's the only reason I suggest having a knife. It makes it a little easier for this part. You can also use a razor blade with your parents' permission. Sometimes I prefer to fold parts of the tape in, which I did do on this one. I'm not going to do that this time. If you want to fold any parts of the tape over, just cut little triangles like this. I'll show you. Just to show you, but I'm not going to do it on this one. And then you would cut triangles out and you would just fold them back like that. It's actually a good idea for some of them because it depends on what kind of cardboard you use, but sometimes you'll get peeling and separation. It will make it last longer. But this one was just for a tutorial, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut it the way I was doing it. Again, you can color this with markers if you want, or paint, or anything else. There's tape everywhere. The next step is fold it in half so that you've got your buddy folded again. You're going to take the tape as tight as you can and wrap it around the back. You want to make sure that you're pulling extra tight because you want the top of the tape to run along the top of the square. You want it to be even. And then you're just going to cut off the excess. There we go. I'm actually going to use this piece of excess for an ear. To make the ears, you're going to take small pieces of tape and you're going to fold them like this so that there's just a little bit of sticky left on the bottom. Then you're going to take and cut out an ear shape. I'll show you when I'm finished to make sure you don't mess up. After you cut out the ear shape, and keep in mind that when you do this, you need to leave the bottom of the ear attached to the sticky, and the top of the ear is fine. You just go ahead and cut off the extra on the sides. And you can do any shape ear you want. It just depends on what animal or what your preferences are. So then you're going to have something that looks like this. And basically you're just going to stick the ear right on the back. Just like that. You're going to make 2 of those. From there, you're just going to add eyes and other details as you see fit. This is what I did for my first one. And here's the one that we just made together. Again, you can make any animals that you like for these, and any colors you want, any patterns, any designs. You can also make other shapes, fruits. You can paint them, color them with markers if you have white cardstock that you're using to make them. Whatever, the possibilities are pretty much endless. Also, if you're using white cardstock, instead of using the tape to seal the right side, another option is just using a stapler gun or clear tape. If you're going to use clear tape, I suggest that you decorate the part that's going to be in the front first. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have fun making your very own bookmark buddies.